You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
The Varsity Media Sports Network proudly welcomes you to McQuaid Jesuit, where tonight it's all been leading to this. As the second seed, the undefeated Blue Devils of Victor take on the top seed, the undefeated Knights of McQuaid Jesuit. Good evening, everyone. Gene Battaglia with you as this atmosphere, it's jumping here. And we wish you were here, but it's so glad you logged on with us here tonight alongside Mark Vidicor. Mark, I got goosebumps right now.
Big time environment here tonight in McQuaid. The crowd's got some energy. Both Victor and McQuaid bringing the juice from the stands. Love to see it.
First for the top seed for Bobby Bates and his McQuaid Knights. They get here in a win over the semifinal over Pittsburgh 24-0, which quite honestly they really had from the get-go. This is a team where, Mark, if I had to say what's their flaw, I don't think they have a flaw. They just do everything so well.
Both of these teams are extremely disciplined, but McQuaid comes in and they take care of the football. They run the football well. They take care of the defensive front. They limit the ground game for their opponent, which is a perfect matchup tonight for what Victor does well on their side of the football. They're very similar teams. They like to get after it in the trenches.
Victor coming in, and if you know anything about Victor football, we're going to be calling the name and number tonight of Rashawn Baker, number 23, a lot. We'll have more on that in just a second as both teams lining up right now as we will have our national anthem. We hand it over to public address announcer Sean Mullen.
Playing our national anthem this evening on the violin, Senior Julian Joseph.
That is Julian Joseph with quite an impressive rendition of our national anthem. That gets everybody fired up here.
That was a beautiful rendition. I mean, coming off the violin, it was unexpected, but for a high school game, incredible.
Talk a little bit about Victor as they come in undefeated as well. Defeating Hilton, but the margin in that game, 55-7. Even head coach Jeff Mandel said he was surprised at the margin. How do you defend against Rashawn Baker, Coach?
Well, I think that Victor did some really smart things last week. Against Hilton, they spread the box out, they widened out the formations, but they still ran power. And when you do that, you're expecting then a linebacker or maybe a safety to hopefully make a play in the open field because there's just more green space there. So I thought Victor did a fantastic job running away from Carter Clark. He's their strong side defensive end last week, so they ran weak. The difference is McQuaid doesn't really have a weak side defensive end. Shanahan, Brongo, 8 sacks and 9 sacks respectively. bring their game, so aggressively to their opponent. But Rashawn Baker's just been fantastic. So the matchup here, the interior matchup between Aldrin Wilson, Connor Williams, all the different players here, it's just going to be awesome to see.
Team captains Rashawn Baker and Aldrin Wilson at midfield. And as you see, Victor winning the coin toss. They defer, so it'll be the Knights to receive.
And has deferred to the second half.
Two young men showing mutual respect right at midfield. And again, I gotta say, this is like the first time I felt Section 5 feel like this in a long, long time. You look on Elmwood Avenue right now, and sure, they have a limit here. There are people on the street watching this beyond the gates.
Yeah, there's people around the fence. There's the energy here is palpable. I'm excited to see how this turns out right from the opening kickoff. Who can take care of the ground game? Who can win first down? Can McQuaid establish the run? Can Victor stop the run? Two of the most stout defenses in the area are right here tonight.
Those students going toward the intersection of Clinton Avenue and McQuaid, just lining up beyond the fence, trying to catch a glimpse here, as it's unique here, the fact that McQuaid gets the host. Normally we've been at Brockport, we've been at the U of R over the years, and with those campuses not available, it's great that McQuaid gets the host here.
It's going to feel like a slight disadvantage for Victor, but when you're a disciplined football team, you're well coached. Coach Mandel has his guys ready. Any way you look at it here, we got ourselves a great night for football.
Luke Bacora is Luke Bacora deep for McQuaid. Joey Leuzzi is also deep for the Knights. The kicker for Victor, Max Fiorica, to boom this one away, and it's a high end-over-end kick that Beauchamp will take at the 15, and Beauchamp busting it to the outside. He's got a little bit of room and gets it up to the 36-yard line. Let's set the starting lineup. First for the home team, the top seed, the McQuaid Knights, as Joe Cairns, 12 touchdowns on the season, passing 2 rushing touchdowns. He's got an offensive line in front of him, Timothy Hahn, Jacob Kimbrew, Aiden Kosh, Jimmy Clayton, and Sam Tarnowski. Wide receivers, Ted Shanahan at tight end, Jordan Bronco at tight end, Sam Perazzi, Paris Smiley, Zay Collier will be calling at the wide receiver position, and his main running back, number 24, Jack Miller, 8 rushing touchdowns on the season. 1st and 10 at the 36 as the rain begins to come down here on Elmwood Ave. Cairns, pump fake, doesn't like it, and he's going to tuck it and run, and he gets a gain of 1 on the play. Starting defense here for the Victor Blue Devils. They were on the 4-3 alignment. C.J. James and Isaiah Kauser are your ends. Nick Franzak and Joseph Harshuk are your defensive tackles. Nick Benetti, Casey Cohane, and Broden O'Leary are the linebackers. Trenton Sherman, Marcus Hampton, the corners. Rashawn Baker and Trevor Knapp are your safeties on 2nd and 9 at the 36. Bronco will go into motion. The snap, the handoff, no, it'll be a keeper. Cairns on the read option, and he'll get across the 40 and up to the 42-yard line, where that'll bring up 3rd and short.
It's a manageable 3rd down here for McQuaid. Victor is very stout against the run. I like the quarterback power there. Let's see what they dial up here on 3rd and short. Look for maybe a target to Jordan Bronco. He's the number 3 receiver in trips right now.
Perazzi will be the rear receiver to the near side for McQuaid on 3rd down and 4. Fans making some noise here on both sides. 3rd and 4 as Cairns takes the snap, play action, fires left side. That'll be caught. It depends on the spot.
Looked like it might be short. Out route to the boundary, well thrown. It was welcome, good coverage. But I look for McQuaid to go for it here.
Xander Rita getting it, and they're going to mark him a yard shy.
4th and 1 on the 45.
And Bobby Bates not going to play around here. He is going to punt this as he's sending out the unit. With the ball at their own 45-yard line, not going to risk giving Victor a short field. Cody Jensen is deep back for the Knights. This is Nick Wood, number 83, to punt this away. Long count. There's the snap, and Wood gets a high kick that Jensen is going to have to call for the fair catch back at the 20-yard line. Let's start the starting lineups. Set the starting lineups here for Victor, as the Blue Devils will be led by quarterback James Knapp. James Knapp, 8 touchdown passes on the season, 2 rushing touchdowns, a 101.4 quarterback rating. He's very efficient. Rashawn Baker, just a stud at running back, 99 carries, 1,050 yards on the season, 17 touchdowns. The starting offensive line, Nick Franzak is your left tackle, Tyler Hobson at left guard, Connor Williams, 7-foot Connor Williams at center, Joseph Harishuk at right guard, Ty Radar at right tackle. We'll get to the receivers after this 1st and 10 play at their own 20-yard line. As faking the end around, now it'll be Baker who gets bumped, and then Baker's going to get swallowed up by James Dorr. Good play by the McQuaid defense.
Gene, unbelievable. First play of the game, I'm watching the matchups up front. Aldrin Wilson was unblocked into the backfield. He felt a stiff arm from Rashawn Baker, but it took Rashawn Baker completely off his path. That is a good sign for McQuaid. It is a scary sign for the offensive Victor.
Trevor Knapp, Cody Jensen, your wide receivers, Isaiah Kauser, and Nick Leonard we'll see from time to time at the tight end position. 4 wide on 2nd and 15. Baker, the running back. Baker will get the call again between the tackles and then gets belted from the side. Good play there by McQuaid defense. As let's set there, that was Paris Smiley coming in. Jordan Bronco, Ted Shanahan, Aldrin Wilson, Aiden Kosh, your defensive tackle. James Dorr, Will Teresi, Jacob Kimbrough, Paris Smiley at linebacker. Your corners, Xander Rita, Jeffrey Gertzner, Luke Bacora, and Jack Beauchamp, your safeties. Chance for McQuaid to get off the field on 3rd down and 8. Man going into motion is Jensen. Knapp takes the snap. Knapp rolling right. Fires deep downfield, and it's caught. No, it's dropped at the last second. Trevor Knapp tried to pull that in, had it for a second strip. And the McQuaid defense holds.
You know, it was a well-thrown football. He got out of the pocket. Protection was good. The ball was delivered, but maybe there was a hand in between, Knapp's hands where he's trying to squeeze that ball, and he did let it hit his body. Sometimes when you body catch a ball in traffic, sometimes you lose it. And great job from the McQuaid defense to break that up as he came down with the football.
Zay Collier, number 13, with the big break up there for the Knights to get him the ball back. As the punting formation comes out, James Knapp also doubles as the punter here for the Victor Blue Devils. And he gets a nice high punt that Beauchamp will have no chance but to call a fair catch. And he does call that fair catch. And it'll be McQuaid getting the ball back right where they punted away from, their own 45-yard line. Great start here tonight, Mark.
The physicality of that last drive, McQuaid, some of the big hits that were laid in that, and just the first 3 plays. You've got Paris Smiley coming out of nowhere, laying a pretty significant shot on Rashawn Baker. Even on that punt, it seemed like a lot more flying around, hitting. These teams are getting after each other, and it's a good sign for a tough football game going forward.
Let's see if they get Jack Miller involved here. Miller did not get a touch on that last series. 8:28 remaining here in the first of the Class AA championship game. Cairns out of the shotgun, Miller alongside of him. High snap that Miller will get a handoff delay and just not a clean exchange, and that goes for a slight loss on the play.
In a championship game, Gene, those little things start to add up. It's really important that you take care of your business and do your job, even if it's the littlest thing, by getting a good snap so it doesn't take away from the rhythm of your offense. McQuaid's in a position they don't want to be in. They're in 2nd and long. Let's see what they come up with.
Trevor Knapp sealing the gap there to make the play, the safety. Now McQuaid will spread this out. Empty set here on 2nd down and 10. Cairns takes the snap, a design run. Stepping up, he goes into Victor territory. He's got the first down and more, taking tacklers with him. And then finally will be brought down by Marcus Hampton, not before a big gain all the way down to the 32-yard line, a gain of 23.
He's one of the best athletes on the field. He's quick, he's powerful, very good contact balance. As you see there, he seemed to run harder, Gene, when people had touched him already and people had arms on him, stuff like that. And so, when you see him in Wildcat, you're not thinking, hey, this is a 5-wide set, he's going to grip it and rip it. He's a run threat, and Victor hopefully knows they don't need to over-empty the box in that situation again.
McQuaid on the move, and it could be Miller as the lone setback. Drongo, the tight end, will be lined up to the left side of this formation. The snap, the handoff to Miller, stutter step, breaks a tackle, and then we'll get it out to the 29 for a gain of 3.
Nice cut by Miller, read his block. He was patient, put his foot in the ground, got upfield, got a little something there. But without that cut and without his patience, I'm not sure he gets anything.
2nd and 7. There's the ball between the hashes. Samparazzi will be the receiver to the near side. Basically the same formation here. Cairns takes the snap. Play action. Fires toward Parazzi. No, that's going to be batted down at the line of scrimmage. That's just as good as a sack. C.J. James, the defensive end, with the play.
I tell you what, it's a boundary throw. They hit it earlier in the game on a little out route. And Victor has for years done a good job teaching that backside defensive end to be ready for that short throw. And right there, it was very effective, keeping McQuaid in a 3rd and long.
You figure this is 4-down territory, Mark?
Absolutely.
Ball at the 29. This is 3rd down and 7. Beauchamp going into motion. Rolling right. Cairns under pressure, throws. That's going to be caught. Xander Rita with the first down. Rita getting it all the way down to the 11-yard line to gain 18.
I mean, sometimes you get that little sit route, and it's not typical on a rollout look. Unless you've repped it, it's not really a curl, right? You're moving toward the inside of the defense, and you're sitting where if that flat defender bails and he really vacates that zone, there's a pocket there. It's a great play on 3rd and long, well executed, nice throw.
Ball going down to the 12-yard line as Cairns looking at 3 receivers to the left. Empty set. Cairns another design run. Cairns sidesteps one guy. He'll take it to the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, McQuaid. 12 yards for Joe Cairns, and McQuaid strikes first at 6-0.
I mean, you got to give credit to McQuaid. They emptied the box the first time they ran a QB run out of it. Victor completely emptied the box as if it was going to be a pass-heavy set, and it wasn't. It was really only a 5-man box right there. It's tough to defend a power runner, either on a power play or a zone play. He's only got to make 1 or 2 guys miss. Cairns, great job for McQuaid. They're on the board.
Wood for the extra point. Shanahan, the holder. The snap is down. The kick is up, and it's good. And with 6:19 remaining here in the first, it's 7-0 McQuaid. As we take another look here at the touchdown run, make the pass before Xander Rita getting down, and that's just a nice little cut move. As it's now 7-0. The play right after that, Cairns taking it in and finding the pylon. I liked how he is seeing the field here, Mark. That is just some great second effort.
Gene, I mean, he really was bottled up. He had 3 guys that could have made a tackle, got an arm on him, but he's so savvy once he gets started that he's able to make you miss, kind of make you look silly, and he's got enough power to finish his runs. When you have a quarterback doing that, it pumps you up, pumps your defense up. It's exciting to watch. And I'm going to tell you right now, Victor is in a dangerous spot because McQuaid, one of the things they do well is when they jump up on a team, they're tough to come back from. They're just so momentum driven, and you can just feel it from this crowd. Victor's got to find a way to answer. This could be a tough game.
Yeah, this is the thing that Victor has to battle tonight, no doubt. The crowd, all the students lined up here to the west side of the field. Caleb Jensen, Cody Jensen deep back, and Wood is going to put that into the end zone, and it's going to be the automatic touchback. So
that's a weapon.
Yeah, that is. There's not a lot of wind. There's really no wind here tonight.
I mean, you're pinning the team back. You're not even giving them a chance to get a return. Great job from McQuaid. Now Victor's got to stay patient. It's only 7-0. But they didn't get a first down in the first series. They've got to find a way to win first down here so they get a more manageable second down.
Baker, who, if you follow Victor football, you know 303 yards in the first half against Hilton. And Hilton was good. Baker, the lone setback here, 3 wide, as Knapp will pitch it to Baker. Baker makes one cut and then is sent back inside where he won't get much there. As McQuaid gives him about 3. Jimmy Clanton with the tackle, number 52.
Some of the most physical defensive football you're going to see in the state of New York is right here tonight. McQuaid flies to the football. 10, 11 guys are near that football trying to get their hat into the ring. It's just it's fun to watch.
Empty set here, and Baker's going to go in the slot to the right. Cody Jensen to the near side here. Now going into motion will be Baker. Doesn't get the end around. His snap is going to go deep. He wants Jensen over the top and just misses him. had a step there in coverage was number 2, Sam Perazzi, but now it's 3rd down and 7.
You know, those are the kind of plays that when you're an offensive coordinator, you know you have to take a deep shot or two. You hope not to have to call it, though, on 2nd and long in your second series without a first down. So here he is. He's trying to stretch the field, give him credit, and it didn't hit. You still have protected your quarterback enough to get 2 pretty good throws off. So maybe Victor will find a way to loosen up this McQuaid defense through the air.
There you see the John Madden-like numbers, the Madden football video game numbers. The snap on the play action. He's going to try it again, and this time overthrowing. Hauser was the intended receiver, and it's another 3 and out here that McQuaid forces.
Those are 2 throws to the left, you know, the quarterback's left to the numbers, both relatively deep shots, and neither one of them hit. However, he hasn't been really touched in the pass rush. They might be able to get away with some fast screens, wide receiver screens, something on the perimeter, because so far they've held him to 2 3 and outs.
So with 5:31 remaining in the first, Knapp will punt this away. Beauchamp and Rita to return. Knapp, high end over end kip, and Beauchamp will call for another fair catch. So last drive started at the 45. This one will start at the 44 for McQuaid Jesuits. 7-0 is our score.
This is another, difficult part for Victor, right? You've had 2 pretty good quarterback runs. You've had a run in the beginning. He had another run in the red zone. Really 3, I believe, have come out of that empty wildcat set, if you will. I mean, the quarterback is the wildcat, but it's going to make it challenging. Will Victor adjust and add a player to the box and dare him to throw out of it? Because if you add a player to the box, they're typically going to be coached. Okay, we're going to throw to our perimeter, use our fast screens. Victor has now sold out on we're going to take away the fast screens and let the quarterback run. I'm going to be curious to see what kind of adjustments they make here in this next drive.
How often do you see that? A hold on a fair catch.
It's pretty rare.
Yeah, and so the hold will move McQuaid back to their 34. Cairns will have Miller in the backfield, 4 wide receivers at his disposal. Takes the snap, faking the wheel route, and sends it over to Perazzi, and that's a nice gain up to the 40 for 6.
Cairns used his swing route running back as his progression 1, and then as the window opened, the linebacker moved outside of the flat into the the numbers area. Again, the zone popped open for that hitch, that little curl, and he did a good job going through it and making his play.
Jordan Bronco lining up on the right side of this formation on 2nd down and 4 at their own 40. Beauchamp going into motion. And the handoff goes inside to Miller, and Miller is going to get wrapped up for a loss on the play. That time, winning the battle and shooting the gap. That's Casey Cohane, the linebacker, shooting through. That's his 7th tackle for a loss on the season.
These coaches on both sides are just so good with the chess pieces. Football is much more complex than people give it credit for. And it's a little bit of a chess match right now. What is the next piece they're going to put into play here, and will Victor be ready for it? This is a huge 3rd down for both teams.
3rd down and 6. Bronco is on the line of scrimmage here with Beauchamp a half step behind him. The play action. Cairns doesn't like it. He's going to take off. He's got the first down and more. Big block downfield by Rita to help spring him free. And McQuaid is in business as they get it all the way down to the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 32.
It's so difficult to stop that play, guys. That was an RPO, so he had a stacked trips over here on the boundary, and one player is going to run a hitch, one player is going to run a little, fast screen. He's just going to sit there, and Cairns looked for the read, didn't get the read he wanted, so not only could he have handed off the football, he could have thrown it to 2 different receivers. Instead, he pulls it and runs it himself with a huge gain. Huge credit to Cairns.
Getting it down to the 29 as we have 4 minutes remaining in the first. 1st and 10 for the Knights as Bronco goes into motion. Rita in the slot to the right. And again, another design keeper by Cairns. Cairns sidestepping a man. And he will lean forward down to the 26 for a gain of 3.
Gene, this is one of those nights, if you've been resting some of your seniors, you've been resting somebody here and there, you might not give Cairns as many rushing reps in the 3rd game of the season. In this game, all bets are off. Okay, he knows he's going to bring and leave everything out here on the field. And I love the fact that they're really riding on his shoulders right now because he's been most of their offense.
Cairns, number 7, showing that he can run the ball himself tonight. He's going to send Beauchamp into motion. Now, Beauchamp going right back to where he was. And again, Cairns keeping it himself. Cairns will be close to the marker, I believe just shy.
Cairns on the quarterback keeper.
Now, if you're McQuaid, we saw that in the national championship game with Alabama, using some fast motion into the backfield, sometimes behind the quarterback, and then dial him right back into where he originally came from, just to see what kind of coverage you're getting and maybe set up a play for the future. But in that case, the quarterback kept it, the positive gain.
Aldrin Wilson will check in at fullback here, 3rd and 1. Bronco, the tight end to the left. High snap, and the handoff goes to Miller, and Miller will get the first down, and he pinballs off a couple defenders and gets it down to the 14 for a gain of 6.
I tell you what, I'm surprised, but the interior portion of the Victor defense thus far has been getting moved relatively significantly in this half. The linebackers have been unable really to get off the blocks, get downhill, and that's due to just the tremendous offensive line play from McQuaid.
Well, right on cue, Connor Williams is checking in, the 7-foot behemoth, just an unbelievable athlete, great basketball player, as now the handoff will go inside to Miller, and it doesn't deter McQuaid from trying to do what they want to do as it goes down now to the 9. That's a gain of 5.
Gene, that's a pro-level play call. He goes into unbalanced, takes his H-back, Aldrin Wilson puts him with the unbalance. The last second shifts him back to weak, not really giving Victor a lot of time to shift away. They run the ball weak for a positive play. It's another way to use formations to gain another gap in the run game. Hats off to coach.
Miller in the backfield. To the near side, that'll be Luke Pecora, keeping himself. And getting it down to about the 6 is Cairns, the quarterback.
It doesn't seem to be bothering him, but those snaps are still a little bit high, and as a result, it's a half a second or so slower, than it should be. The play's not hitting at the right time, so hopefully those snaps come down because Cairns is having himself a great day with his legs.
There you see Cairns looking back at the sideline for the play call to come in, as this will bring us under 1 minute remaining here in the first. McQuaid already up 7-0, and they want more here. 3rd and 1 from the 6. Wilson going into motion. The snap, the handoff to Miller, and Miller is not going to get there as he gets swallowed up by Connor Williams.
Listen, Connor Williams is a basketball player. He's got good bend. I don't think people give him enough credit for the kind of athlete he is. People know him for his size, but what a, first of all, phenomenal human being, the whole family. And the way he played right there inside is the way Victor needs their entire defensive front to play. Huge stop for Williams and Victor, preventing that extra touchdown.
Here's Wood for the field goal. The kick is up, and it's going to be banged through.
Nick Wood's field goal is good.
Wood with the field goal, and our score now is 10-0. And, hey, Connor Williams, you could say, saved them 4 points with that play on that tackle for a loss on 3rd and 1.
Gene, that's a victory for the Victor defense. They're tired. They've been on the field a lot. There's been 2 3-and-outs for the Victor offense. So as a result, they needed that stop. So you are exactly right. That tackle from Connor Williams could save Victor's first half. The game is far from over, but you've got to find a way to move the football on the offensive side for Victor, but more importantly, on defense, you've got to find a way to stop the run. I look for Victor maybe to hit the perimeter a little bit, whether it's in the pass game, early in the down, whether you're going to roll out Jake Knapp, whatever it is, you've got to try to find a way to open up your playbook a little bit and maybe change things up here in the second quarter.
Kendall Burno, you just saw. That was also 27. Jeff Gertzner. Adam doing the camera work on the field. I was telling him he's got to be like the NFL on Fox guy, Mark, where after a touchdown, runs right up into the end zone, gets somebody's face. We'll work on that here a little bit.
Oh, it's just so fun to watch these two coaching staffs just battle it out. These guys are always prepared to play their best football, and it's due to the leadership on both sidelines. So both communities, athletic directors, everybody involved, just huge credit to you guys.
Yeah, the music has everybody jumping here at McQuaid. 10-0 is our score, as Wood has had a few touchbacks already. This one is going to be returnable, though, as it'll be Cody Jensen. Cody Jensen getting it out to the 20, and that pile will move forward just for a few more. Burno amongst those tackling as they'll spot it at the 24, as that brings us to the end of the first quarter after one quarter of play. McQuaid up 10-0 on Victor in the AA championship here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
24-yard line, that play.
We want to thank everyone for doing their part in these challenging times.
No matter where we work from, we're still here protecting you and your family's rights.
We want you to know that we will always be here for you and your family.
Using our technology so we can protect you and your family no matter where we are.
For your free consultation, call or text 262-COMP today.
Your workers' comp attorneys.
Coming into Lattimore on a daily basis is the highlight of my day. You know, we'll have patients coming in. As soon as they hit the physical therapist, we introduce ourselves, and you know, we bring them back, and you see a whole bunch of patients who are in pain, laughing and smiling and having a great time. And almost for that 1 hour that they're with us in PT, they're forgetting about all their problems. When you're lost with pain, reducing your quality of life, and then somebody there says, "I can help you," there's no better feeling than that.
Our thanks to Connors and Ferris and Lattimore Physical Therapy for helping in part to bring these broadcasts to you. Gene Battaglia, Mark Vidicor, our director Joel Balthaser, as we head to the second. McQuaid up 10-0 on Victor. Victor's offense, let's see if they can get going here. First and 10 at their own 24 with Baker. In the backfield is going to be the play fake and comes it out to the near side of Kauser. Kauser makes a cut, and he's going to be close to the first down marker. Be driven out of bounds eventually by Gertzner, but they'll give it to him, a gain of 11.
Hey, it's a good first down play call, right? You keep the defense on their toes, keep them honest on first down. I like it. I tell you what, the tackle for McQuaid right there almost made Kauser cough up the football. So McQuaid plays defense with their hair on fire. If you just try to run at them, it's tough. You've got to find a way to mix it up, continuing to play chess. Great first play.
First and 10 now at their own 35-yard line as James Knapp under center. Going back to Baker. Baker makes one-man miss, and some tough sledding there as he will get a gain of 2 on the play as the tackle Jacob Kimbrough, number 51.
Gene, it all starts up front. When you're trying to stop a back like Rashawn Baker, you got to try to make him cut in the backfield before he wants to cut, and that's what's happening. He's not able to get a full head of steam when he gets to the line of scrimmage. He's already off his gap and moving places he doesn't want to move, and McQuaid's done a great job with that defensive front, causing such a ruckus inside.
Kauser will be the receiver to the top of your screen. 4 wide here on 2nd down and 8. As Knapp goes back to the run, handing it off. Baker makes one-man miss. Baker keeping those legs moving. Smiley with the tackle up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 to bring up 3rd down and 2.
Powerful run there for Rashawn Baker. You know, you wonder if they're going to be dialed so much and keying so much on Rashawn Baker. Do they have some kind of QB power to get Jake Knapp involved? If I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm tapping into that in some way, shape, or form.
Well, look at this formation. They're looking to run here as it will be Baker. Baker with a head of steam, and Baker gets it ahead. Close to midfield, up to the 49, a gain of 6, and another Victor first down.
I love that. I don't know if you watched that on live, but Connor Williams and Aldrin Wilson are having a fun time inside there. They introduced themselves to each other early on in the game, and they've been battling back and forth, but Connor got the best of them on that play, and as a result, it was a big-time play for the Victor run game, one of their first chunk runs of the day.
Baker is going to get a breather here as it's Nick Benetti. He can move too. He's got 3 touchdowns on the season. Benetti out of the tail of the eye here on 1st and 10 at their own 41. Benetti doesn't get anything on this one, maybe 1, as that's going to be Kimbrough. Also Dorr coming in on the tackle, no gain on the play.
It is virtually impossible to impose your will on a team like McQuaid. You have to find a way each play is going to matter, whether you attack the perimeter, whether it's a play action pass. But if you just decide, hey, we're going to run right at these guys, you are in for the best defensive front in this area, potentially in the state of New York.
Clanton checking in for Kosh here, as this will now be 2nd down and 10. The pitch left side, and getting it into McQuaid territory is number 19, Nick Benetti. Now it's 3rd and long, though, as the ball goes to the 47. We'll call it 3rd and 6.
In the games we've watched this year with McQuaid, it gets the 3rd down. They get very aggressive in the pass rush. But Victor thus far has used mostly rollout, play action. They've done a great job protecting Knapp. So I look for McQuaid to do something a little bit different in their pass rush, cause a little bit more problems for Jake. And let's see what the answer is for Victor.
Nick Leonard comes off the field for Victor. Caleb Jensen as the extra receiver here on 3rd and 6. Can Victor pick this up? Knapp takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off to Baker. And Baker, no. Aldrin Wilson over there. Jimmy Clanton over there. And now it's decision time here for head coach Jeff Mandel and the Victor Blue Devils.
You know, again, you're in the spread. You're trying to spread them out, understandably so. Try to get those linebackers a little further out of the box. But even if you're doing that, and you see this at the pro game, at the college game, if the front four are as disruptive as McQuaid is, it doesn't matter. McQuaid, another huge defensive stop.
So will be a punt as Knapp to punt this away. 3rd time today as Beauchamp and Rita deep back for McQuaid. Knapp angling this, and it is going to die out inside the 15, still taking a roll. And Mark, that's what you call flipping the field position, at least for Victor. Even though they don't get a score here, they put their defense in a good position.
Victor needs to get a 3 and out. They need to give their defense some rest. That last drive for Victor, they got a 1st down. They were able to move the chains a little bit and give their defense, some time. But we got to make sure that defense gets off the field quick if you're on the Victor sideline. And if you're on the McQuaid side, you're saying, hey, let's chew some clock. Let's drive the field. Let's put another one in the end zone and go up 17-0 before half.
You're just logging on. Cairns with a 12-yard run, making it 7-0. Wood with a field goal, 10-0. We are in the second, 7:41 remaining. Cairns out of the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Takes a high snap again, and is going to hand off on the end around, and that's going to be Rita. And Rita will be brought down by Marcus Hampton across the 15-yard line and getting it close to the marker. Actually, they'll mark him down at about the 19 they'll make it, so this will be 2nd and 2.
McQuaid's playbook is as deep as I've seen at the high school level. I mean, we may not see that play again for the rest of the night, but they came out with it on 1st down, positive play, and now their playbook's even more open than it was before.
Again, empty set, no Miller in the backfield, 4 wide receivers, Brongo to the right side. Now Miller going into motion and faking the end around to Miller, and Cairns, who has just been so effective on the ground, there he is again, across the 25, up to the 28-yard line, a gain of 9, and another McQuaid 1st down.
That's a defensive coordinator's nightmare. They're in an empty set with Aldrin Wilson as the H-back. Sometimes they call him the sniffer H. And now they're running jet motions. You got to worry about that QB power. That is tough to stop.
2 receivers on the near side. Miller, one of those 2, along with Rita. And again, Miller going into motion, faking the end around. Cairns doesn't like it, buying time. And now he'll tuck it and run and just simply scoot out of bounds. So good job by the Victor secondary. Only a gain of about 1 on the play.
Gina, young quarterback might have tried to force that ball, or maybe tried to make a little bit, extra play in the run game there and try to run somebody over and coughed it up. Cairns is so savvy and smart with the football. He knew, okay, I'm going to try to buy some time. I'm not going to try to take any unnecessary risks, but keep us in a good place on 2nd down.
They mark him out of the 31. It's a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 at their own 31. Now Cairns and everybody will pause, look back at the sideline for any adjustment. The handoff, and they go to Miller. Miller carefully running, protecting that football, and he'll get it across the 45 to the 46-yard line. And get just some good blocking up front here by the Knights.
Just coming out and running the hard count, Gene, was important. Just keeping that defensive line from getting that quick charge, guessing the quarterback's cadence makes a difference. I just love the way they're executing right now on both sides of the ball. McQuaid is just a tough out.
Timothy Hahn locking things down at the left tackle position for McQuaid. 3rd down and 1. Cairns the keeper. Cairns will get stood up, but not before he picks up the first down. Trevor Knapp with the tackle. They get it up to the 40-yard line. And that will be another first down for the Knights.
And then on there, they run almost a quick count quarterback keep. So, just those small little coaching points in these tight games, they all start to add up to an advantage. The only thing McQuaid I've seen do that gives me, some pause on their game is their shotgun snaps have been pretty high. Other than that, they've been lights out.
Well, they're going to put the proverbial 8 men in the box here for McQuaid as now throw right side. That's going to be Wilson. Wow, Aldrin Wilson going into Victor territory. Whoa, the big man using him as the tight end there. How about that play, Mark? Another first down for the Knights.
I don't know if you could see it, but the body language from Aldrin when he caught that ball, he said, I'm scoring. He wanted to score so bad. He caught that and turned on the Jets. Anybody who thinks that he's not the best interior defensive lineman in this state, potentially in the Northeast, doesn't know inside football because he is phenomenal. What a play.
Down the front. I like how he put his hand up in the air and said, hey, get me the ball. Is now Cairns again. And Cairns gets belted. And not before he gets it down to the 36-yard line, a gain of 6 as McQuaid has Victor on their heels.
This is a huge series for the Victor defense. The momentum is squarely on the side of McQuaid. You've got to find a way, reach into that gut, grit out a stop here, get them away from the end zone, keep them out of the, no field goals. You've got to find a way to rally here if you're Victor.
Casey Cohane with the tackle. Connor Williams going back in at the defensive tackle position, trying to clog up the middle there. As McQuaid just eating time here in the second quarter in a 10-0 game. Beauchamp going to motion, flag coming down.
Offsides
Wow.
on Victor. 5-yard penalty as a result.
Automatic first down.
It's a first down for the Knights.
That's an unfortunate penalty in this situation. But again, if you've got some timeouts to use, you might want to consider using one almost like a basketball timeout to rally up your team.
See if McQuaid keeps it on the ground, as keeping it again will be Cairns. And this is the third McQuaid game I've done this year, Mark. Cairns, no way he keeps it all this much. This is quite an adjustment here for Bobby Bates and his staff here tonight.
Well, it's a championship game. There's no state tournament after this. This is their last game. He is going to leave everything he has on the field. Coach Bates is going to throw everything out of the playbook and leave what he has on the field. And he trusts his guys to make plays. I tell you what, if not for that one tackle, that play could have sprung. McQuaid's doing a great job.
2nd down and 8 after the gain of 2. Rita, the receiver, to the near boundary. Beauchamp going into motion. It'll be a pass. Looking deep. He wants Perazzi. Right corner. Perazzi! High points it! They're looking. The discussion. He was bobbling it, Mark. They are going to talk about this. Incomplete. Mark, I think they got it right.
You need to see a closer look at it. From my vantage point, it was a perfectly thrown football from Joe Cairns, but if he was bobbling it before he went out, let's see. Yep.
Wow, that is so close.
Hey, the bottom line is, though, Joe Cairns, if he can do that and run the football the way he is, unbelievable.
Trenton Sherman on the coverage, and he helped cause that bobble. Big play for the Victor Blue Devils defense on 2nd down. Here comes another big play on 3rd down as Cairns throws across his body, wants Rita, and it's out of bounds. 4th down at the 29, and it looks like McQuaid will keep the offense on the field.
It's really one of the first times that McQuaid's run an offensive play where, for the most part, the entire play was stymied by the Victor defense. They've had so many open looks in the pass game. In the run game, they've had some gash plays. So credit to the Victor defense for coming back off of a potential touchdown, getting a big stop. And now the play of the game for the Victor defense is right here.
See if Kahane and Benetti and those linebackers can help create some pressure here on 4th down and 8 at the 29. Cairns with 4 wide receivers. Sends Miller into a pattern. Looking in Miller's direction. Lots of time. Throws far side. And it's broken up! With the break, that's Trenton Sherman. And that is the defensive stop Victor needs.
That was a tough decision. Cairns does not normally make. He threw it from almost the backside hash here all the way to the front side, and I couldn't tell if he was trying to hit his check down on the bubble or if he was trying to hit the hitch. Either way, Victor almost had a pick 6.
Oh yeah, there's too many defenders in that area. That's absolutely right. I don't know why you would have 2 receivers in the same area, and that was close to being a pick 6.
Sometimes in that case, you just want your quarterback to get what they can with their legs. But either way, credit to the Victor D. They're in the driver's seat now. Now they've got to deliver.
So this has not been a first half that's gone Victor's way, but they have an opportunity to get right back here. Only down 10-0. They've got the football. 3:05 remaining before halftime. Play action. Looking deep. He wants Knapp. Knapp to Knapp, and it's just overthrown once again. Zay Collier in on the coverage. Also Luke Bacora, the safety, coming over for the help.
Gene, from an offensive standpoint, if you're going to take deep shots, you have a couple of ways you can do it. You can try the play-action game, deep crosses, post corner, something where you can try to pick on the eye discipline of the secondary. But if you're not running the ball well, it's hard to do that. So if you're going to straight drop and try to take a shot, your receiver better be unbelievable at his releases and gaining leverage. And that time McQuaid was just step for step where they were supposed to be.
Cody Jensen will be the receiver to the far side. The tight end Nick Leonard goes into motion on 2nd down and 10. Baker will get the toss. He's going to cut it back up inside. And again, that defensive line, Aldrin Wilson, Mark, it's tough to run in that direction against McQuaid.
Victor right now is rattled, and I would be rattled too if I was sitting in that offensive coordinator's chair, because everything that you have attempted for the most part as an offense has been a stretch. It's been very difficult to get any yards. They've had a couple of good run plays here and there. They completed a pass early. They had a nice boot pass on 1st down in the previous series. But for the most part, McQuaid's defense has stifled the Victor offense tonight.
McQuaid, and it will be a Victor timeout here with 2:17 remaining. And while we have a minute, let's kind of show you some of the highlights here, how these teams got here. First up for the McQuaid Knights, the top seed here this season, and they have just been rolling. An opening win over Edison, and these are some of the highlights from the win over Pittsford, which we did last week, 2 weeks ago, I should say.
Gene, these two teams have met in the past when Bobby Bates was the head coach and Jeff Mandel was still the coach in Victor in 2016 in the semis, and that was played over at Salem Stadium. I saw the game start to finish, and at that point, Victor was rolling, and McQuaid was still kind of getting going, trying to get their program back up to the level it is now. It's a completely different set of circumstances between these two now.
McQuaid taking the semifinal 24-0. That was last Sunday. Also a win over Pittsburgh 22-8 earlier in the regular season. 3rd down and 10. So Jeff Mandel calling the timeout, sensing this is big. The snap, Knapp in the pocket. It's going to throw left side. It's high and incomplete. And another 3 and out there as the ball, even though it might have been delivered, I'm not sure if that does go for the first down.
Gene, he's out of his comfort zone. When you're sitting in a 2-minute drill, it's 3rd and long. You've got to find a way to get a 11-yard hitch, if you will. It's tough to do that against this defense. It's tough to do that against in high school football. So credit to the McQuaid D for putting them into that situation. Now 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Let's see what McQuaid and their offense can do.
Hauser was the intended receiver for the Blue Devils. As Knapp, he's been getting these moonshots off. This one is going to be caught by Rita, and another fair catch at the 40. But we have a flag, and this is near the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a hold against Victor. So Matthew McQuaid.
During the kick was a flag thrown, hold against Victor.
Now, Mark, do they mark this off right now, or does McQuaid have the option here to make him kick it again?
No, I believe it has to be marked off now.
Okay. 2:08 remaining before halftime, as the McQuaid offense will come out onto the field. Oh, it's against. Okay, so originally they said it was against.
It was against McQuaid. The hold was against
Some
McQuaid.
confusion there, so it was holding against McQuaid. Gene, if I'm McQuaid, playbook is wide open here. Bobby Bates typically is pretty aggressive in these situations.
From the 31-yard line.
How about that? Second time tonight we've seen a hold on a fair catch. With the ball back to the 31-yard line. Plenty of time for McQuaid here. They've got all 3 timeouts remaining as Cairns faking the pass and going for the run as Benetti will step up to make the tackle. Gets it up to about the 32-33 for a short gain.
Well, Victor, whether they made an adjustment by scheme or the players themselves made their adjustment getting off their blocks. They're an empty set there. He's not a grip it and rip it, throw the ball 35 times a game. So they got into the box much quicker to help support their linebackers and make tackles.
2nd down and 8. Cairns takes the shotgun snap, play action, throws near side. Is it intercepted? No, it's incomplete. That was Marcus Hampton with the breakup and nearly came up with a big takeaway.
With the deflection.
Sometimes earlier in the year they had Bronco soloed up on the boundary away from trips. Sometimes that's a better matchup when you have an undersized guy. I'm not going to say he's undersized, but Bronco is such a tough matchup when he's soloed up on the trips. I look for them maybe to target him in the pass game here.
Perazzi will be the receiver to the top of your screen. This is 3rd down and 8. Can Victor get the stop? Under pressure. Cairns throws it away. He gets buried right at the end by Kauser. And a flag comes down. Mark, did they get the extra body English on Kauser?
Yeah, that's going to be a flag. I mean, he wanted to get rid of it. He wanted to try to make it an incomplete pass, but there wasn't an eligible receiver in the area. That's going to be a grounding call.
They'll call grounding on that.
Intentional grounding against McQuaid.
So the penalty against the Knights, and with the loss of down, hey, Victor's going to get some great field position here, no doubt. And they do have a field goal kicker, too, here. Keep that in the back of your mind if they can't pick up the whole thing.
I mean, there's no reason for McQuaid to panic. There's a minute, 19 seconds to go. That drive was not their best by any stretch of their imagination, but so far they've held Victor to very few big plays. So I don't think there's any reason to panic at this point. Punt the football, cover it, play some defense. In Victor's case, they're not a big pass play team, so I look for maybe a screen pass early in the down here.
Cody Jensen to return here for the Blue Devils. He's at his own 43 as Nick Wood, one of the best punters in Section 5. He gets a nice high end-over-end kick that Jensen gets it into McQuaid territory. Jensen's got a seam on the left side. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and he's brought down inside the 10. Cody Jensen has given Victor some life.
What an unbelievable return. You have the guts to be a punt returner in high school, college, pro, it doesn't matter. You got to have the guts to catch it in traffic. A little bit of traffic there. Made a guy miss early, used his speed. Great return. Good blocking from the Victor punt return unit.
And there, everybody, 3 men ran right past him. And with the touchdown-saving tackle, let's give some credit to Kendall Burno, number 30. Keep that in the back of your mind should Victor not punch it in for 7 here. 1st and goal to go from the 6. 1:03 remaining. Handoff going to Baker. Baker to the end zone, touchdown! Touchdown, Victor! Rashawn Baker, his 18th rushing touchdown of the season. And we have a game, folks. It's 10-6.
Jeff Mandel loves power to the left in the red zone. He went with it. It's his bread and butter. And Rashawn Baker did a great job turning his shoulders at about a 45-degree clip. And then, boom, stuck his foot in the ground and got upfield. Just that slight visual from Baker was so smart. He moves that linebacker a little bit wider. He gets underneath it and scores a touchdown.
Max Fiorica for the extra point. The snap is down. The hold there by Hampton, and it's good. It's now a 3-point game, 10-7. As we take another look there, and let's see that 45-degree angle you were talking about. Look at that. Yeah, I see what you mean here.
Yeah, he's attacking the end, and then he had to make the guy miss, so he really was forced to cut inside. But he does such a good job. That's similar to what you would teach a back in a wide zone scheme. You're in a wide zone scheme. You're trying to force everybody to move one gap further than they should so he can punch it up the gut. He did it there. Credit to Victor for holding on for dear life, really, because it could have been 14-0. And now they're only down 3. And the thing that really, I think, should be an indicator for how this game could go, Cairns has had the game of his life. He's a phenomenal player. But he's also had a couple of throws that could have been intercepted. One of them could have been a big interception to the field side and trips, and one of them could have been intercepted here in the boundary. So I look for him to maybe use his legs again a little bit more, or maybe get the ball out in a little bit more quick game so that he's not taking unnecessary risks in the pass game, especially with 59 seconds to go in the half.
Still McQuaid with 3 timeouts, and Wood is a field goal kicker that they can rely on to take a shot should they get within range. Lights are on here at Tom Seymour Field on the campus of McQuaid Jesuit. Glad you're with us here, Gene Battaglia and Mark Vidicor on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
I just got an inside text message here that there may be a little bit of an injury here from that last hit on Joe Cairns. We'll keep a close eye on it.
Okay. Well, that we don't like hearing for any team is the return there by number 3, Joey Leuzzi.
Joey Leuzzi on the return.
As that will be brought out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Joe Cairns, a basketball player. Jordan Bronco, basketball player. Both champions in the sport. Gene, if you're a coach, you taking a risk here, or are you going to play conservative?
54 seconds remaining. You know what? You let the kids play. You worked in September. You trust these kids.
Let them play.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be Cairns back at quarterback. He's got Miller alongside of him. 54 seconds remaining before halftime as Beauchamp going into motion. And Miller will get the call? No, that's such a nice fake there. It'll be Cairns keeping it himself. And I'm wondering, because Miller did get shaken up in the last game against Pittsford. They're really not leaning on him all that much tonight. This will be 2nd down and 8. And they go into the hurry-up as Cairns quickly back to the line of scrimmage. He's rolling to his right. Cairns is going to throw on the run, and that will fall incomplete as Beauchamp was in the area. Now it's 3rd down with 30 seconds remaining before halftime.
Gene, this is Victor's strength. They're a very disciplined defense. When they make their adjustments, when they're in the right spots, which they are often because of their defensive coordinator. He is a spectacular coach, always prepared. The risk here for McQuaid is getting, an unwanted turnover here late in the half. So McQuaid's got to be careful. You don't want to play so cautious. You're not playing not to lose here. Let them play, but this is what Victor wants. They want the ball in the air. They want to force turnovers.
Cairns will have 4 wide receivers. Miller in the backfield on 3rd and long. It's the bubble screen in the air and then knocked away. Oh, almost right on cue, as that's number 14, Isaiah Kauser, with the breakup. And that stops the clock with 26 seconds. And the guy who just returned it for a big-time return is going to get another crack here in Cody Jensen.
Kauser almost took that one. He almost caught that with his face mask. The ball was so close to him. Great job by the Victor defense. They're disciplined. They're keeping their offense in this game. And now, they might try for a block here. Why not? 26 seconds, go for it.
As Wood, here comes the pressure, and Wood just gets this off, and Jensen will call for the fair catch. Yeah, he had 2 men, including James Dorr right there to perhaps level a hit. And with 22 seconds remaining, the ball at their own 39-yard line. 10-7 is our score. Mark, I go back to that drive where McQuaid is moving the ball. They have it inside the 30. If Perazzi is able to bring that in, but it was broken up by Trenton Sherman, it's a 17-0 game at that point.
That's true. And then the next play, they held him and got him to a 4-and-out. So, it's going to be interesting to see what we got. We got an empty set here, the first real different formation from Victor.
Baker's going to go into the slot. Now Baker going into motion. Pitching it to Baker. It's a razzle-dazzle to flea flicker and wide open behind the defense. The ball going up, and it's broken up at the last second. Ball a little bit underthrown. That's Gertzner knocking it down. Pass incomplete.
You have to just give so much credit to that McQuaid secondary. He was beat for a split second. That safety bit, and he recovered and got all the way back, found a way. He was out of phase, completely out of phase. And the corner helped him. You know, sometimes when you run a one-man route like that, you got an extra guy in coverage. Love the play call attempt. You know, we're playing some high school football here, baby. It's awesome. But second and long, big stop from McQuaid.
Paris Smiley also in on the coverage there. So Victor rolling out the stops for that last play. And they're going to go back to Baker. As Baker, and there's Smiley coming up to stop him at the 43. And it looks like Victor's just going to let this run out. And they will. We go to halftime. Mark Vitacor, this is living up to the billing here tonight.
I am so impressed, and I know Brian Hawkins is listening to this game tonight, with Paris Smiley on the defensive side of the football. He's getting downhill. He's physical. He's making plays, throwing his body into tackles. You know, he's normally, you think of him as a wide receiver. He's a track kid, but, man, is he playing physical defense. And when you do that from the secondary spot, you help your linebackers. And right there, you know, he's done a good job keeping Baker from busting the big plays.
Well, we will step aside. We have some highlights to show you coming up here at the half. Some of the great plays across Section 5 throughout the last week. It has just been a great week here of spring football in Section 5. We want to show you some of the best, which you've been able to see here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Our score at the half, McQuaid leading Victor 10-7. We'll step aside here and be back with about 2 minutes left on the clock here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
We want to thank everyone for doing their part in these challenging times.
No matter where we work from, we're still here protecting you and your family's rights.
We want you to know that we will always be here for you and your family.
Using our technology so we can protect you and your family no matter where we are.
For your free consultation, call or text 262-COMP today.
Your workers' comp attorneys.
The beautiful thing for me getting into this profession is the ability to work and to get to know patients, establish that rapport, that relationship with the individual. You see them go from where they start, you get to know that person, they become a part of your life, you become a part of that patient's life, and then you see them improve. I always tell the people that I work with and the patients that I see, nobody wants to be injured, nobody wants to be hurt, nobody wants to have to go through rehabilitation. So to make that environment a friendly environment and a welcoming place for people to come in and want to be a part of, because experiencing that Lattimore way where you actually maybe want to go to therapy and want to get better, it makes a big difference.
Looking for a great way to commemorate this season's sectionals? Section 5 Athletics is excited to work with Muggs & More to offer a variety of apparel options for each sport and each season. Items include graphics specifically developed to feature the sport and year, including items such as hoodies, hats, pants, and more. Apparel for each season is available for a limited time, so don't miss your chance. Visit section5.org/Muggs & More to see the many options and place your order today.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
to his neck. 52 yards for the Cougars, touchdown.
He's got room, folks. He's got 20, 30, 40 yards, 50 yards, 60 yards, 70-yard touchdown run by Logan Keeper. Number 20.
Here comes the blitz. Calarco. Justice Ross Simmons grips him. That's loose. And Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Fake it. Touchdown. Touchdown ease. Justice Ross Simmons. 20-0.
Baker up the middle. Baker, he's got one man to beat. He's going to do it. 15, 10, 5. It's a touchdown. Rashawn Baker. Here he goes. Break into the secondary. He could go again. Nice cutback, and he's going to go. Another touchdown for Rashawn Baker. Baker, oh boy, this could be another one. All the way, Rashawn Baker. That one's going to be a 60-yard touchdown run. And like I said, he might get to 1,000 today, Jim Andre. His third touchdown on the day, Rashawn Baker.
It's not play action. There it is. Going long. Man, open. Touchdown. Touchdown, Canandaigua. That's number 7, Jackson Grant.
Nolan Smith.
Cameron Mesh under center, and he will hand it off. And those legs are moving. Connor Mesh to the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Bacon! Touchdown! Touchdown, Spencerport.
Rejoin. Makes another tackle. Makes another move into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Back that again. Hands off to Wiseman. Cuts out through the middle of the field. He's the safety. It's now a foot race. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and he's in. Touchdown.
And it's blocked by number 24, Devin Dean. That will send the Alexander Trojans to next week's championship game against Avon.
Wow, what a play.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Cuts inside. Touchdown, Red Devils. Rosin coach Craig Murphy. There's you.
What a move.
And the foul.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Patience offensively against this excellent defense. Now the shot's fired. How about that? Right into the top of the cage off the stick.
Be second down and 3. Handoff this time right up the middle. And B.J. Clark is gone for the touchdown.
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone at 866-577-1950. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy.
He's got. Oh, he's in.
Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
We want to thank everyone for doing their part in these challenging times.
No matter where we work from, we're still here protecting you and your family's rights.
We want you to know that we will always be here for you and your family.
Using our technology so we can protect you and your family no matter where we are.
For your free consultation, call or text 262-COMP today.
Your workers' comp attorneys.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
We welcome back here to McQuaid Jesuit, where we have one half of football left in the Section 5 season. And so far, a very entertaining game. McQuaid leading Victor 10-7. It'll be Victor to receive the kickoff. As you know how excited they are, Mark? They didn't take the whole time here at halftime. Did you notice this? We're going to reset the clock here. Both teams ready to go.
You know, it's been a year when we didn't know if we were going to have football. And credit to the coaches and the advocates to get this game off the ground here in Section 5. And they're excited. They want to play the game. I was watching closely as Joe Cairns was warming up. He might be favoring that throwing shoulder a bit, but he's tough. He's ready to roll. Let's see what the Victor offense can do here in the second half. Can they open up their playbook a little bit, put the ball into the quarterback's hands early in the downs, maybe win first down?
There is a light rain here in suburban Rochester, so that may play a factor here as the game goes on. Deep back, it'll be the Jensen brothers here to return for the Blue Devils, who are in the white uniforms with the navy helmets, the gold numbers. And that hops over the head. This has to be fielded at the 1 by Jensen. Jensen up to the 10, and he gets buried. Not much he could do about that. That's Burno with the big hit there on Cody Jensen.
Kendall Burno, guys, is one of the finest athletes in this area, and he's overshadowed by all the great players at McQuaid. He's an underclassman. He is flying down the field, good coverage, and he's a surefire tackler. He does a great job in the pass rush as well, pinning Victor here on first down.
Wow, so Victor's going to start out at their own 9-yard line, down by 3 to begin the second half, as Baker, Kimbrough fighting there, trying to hold him up. That doesn't go for much, maybe 2.
You know, when you get an ISO play and you've got a fullback getting into that gap, man blocking somebody that come up and lay a shot. You got to step up and take on that block. And again, you know who did it? Paris Smiley. He's coming downhill. He's getting into his run fit, filling the gap at the line of scrimmage, forcing Baker off his track.
McQuaid fans are on their feet here yelling. The student body, which you cannot see in the screen, they are beyond the fence by Elmwood Avenue, supporting their classmates. As now the handoff will go to Baker, and Aldrin Wilson helping to seal that. Aiden Koch also over there, 73, maybe 1 on the play. This will be 3rd and long.
This is a tense moment when you're an offensive coordinator in the Section 5 championship. Your offense is pinned. Your playbook is pretty small right now, and it has been most of the game for Victor, so this is an interesting play call here. Maybe they can get him out of the pocket. Maybe they can take a shot at a halfback screen to Rashawn. They've had success with that in the past.
2 tight end formation, as this will be Knapp on the end around. Knapp trying to get to that first down marker. He's got it, and he's got more. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and he'll be knocked out of bounds. Trevor Knapp with the big run for Victor.
You know, we just talked about the playbook and trying something a little different. They run really an outside zone blocking scheme, jet sweep, if you will, to the boundary, right? They had the short side of the field there. But when Rashawn Baker is your lead blocker, and he threw a heck of a block on that play, it springs your jet sweep guy. And let me tell you right now, Trevor Knapp's a good athlete himself. He wasn't going to go down easy. He's got good speed. Victor in the driver's seat.
Zay Collier with a touchdown-saving tackle. That goes for 49 yards. Flipping the field position. Victor now in McQuaid territory at their 39. The snap and the pitch going to Baker. Baker trying to slide through that side of the line. He's not going to be able to. Loss of 1 on the play.
You can't blame the Victor coaches for going back to, hey, let's go back to the well. Let's go with what got us here. Inside run. But that just has not been there all night. Some of their best plays have been on the perimeter. Some of their best plays have been play action pass. If they're going to hurt you on the inside run, it's going to be after you've softened them up on the outside.
Will Teresi, the linebacker, helping out there. A bunch of black and gold jerseys over there on that last play. 2nd down and 12. Baker's in the tail of the eye. 2 wide receivers for Victor. Knapp, play action. Knapp under pressure. He's going to check down and he's going to throw. That's going to be broken up on the near side. Harris Smiley stripping that ball away there. Is trying to bring it in was number 14, Isaiah Kauser.
You know, I'm not a huge fan of MVP awards because it takes away from the team game, but Paris Smiley is having a tremendous football game on the defensive side of the football. The ball was well thrown. Might have been thrown a little bit late, but that was due to the pass rush by Shanahan. Did a great job stringing out Knapp, forcing the late throw, allowing his defenders to come in and make plays.
3rd down and 12. 3 receivers in this. Now 4 receivers. Knapp takes the snap. Here comes the rush. He's going to throw deep. And it's just overthrown. Coming off the edge there, almost unblocked, was number 9, Ted Shanahan. This brings up 4th down, and it looks like Victor is going to try to pin McQuaid in deep.
Gene, I don't think people say Ted Shanahan's name enough. He's leading the team in sacks this year. He's 1 down from Jordan Bronco's got 8. We said it before, Shanahan's got 9, and he is so quick off the ball, not allowing Jake Knapp to hold on to the football to deliver a more accurate throw. Big credit to the McQuaid defensive line on a huge stop.
4th down. As now the kick is Beauchamp is going to take it on one hop to the 15, to the 20, and he will be tackled there. Want to make sure we point out all the Victor students that are here tonight as well. Beyond the fence there. So we're talking about the McQuaid students. Victor has sent also a huge student body, and it's just it's tough to see the colors from out here, but it's just to all the Victor families coming out here. We see you and we hear you tonight as well.
This is just what a great night for football. It's been a great game. Very grateful.
1st and 10. At their 20, McQuaid nursing this 10-7 lead as Pecora goes into motion, and it'll be Cairns, and Cairns, not much, maybe 2 on the keeper.
Well, the Victor defense, I'm not going to say they've made any major adjustments because they don't typically change a lot of their front, and they don't add new things, at halftime. They do what they do, but the defensive players are now not worried about the jet sweep. They're not necessarily worried about the halfback getting the football. And as a result, if you're sitting on that quarterback run, you put yourself in a position to make more plays. And this, since really the second quarter, has been successful.
Casey Cohane with the tackle for Victor on that last play. 2nd down and 8. Cairns takes a high snap, whistles before. Flag coming down, and they will call the delay of game.
Ouch.
You got to watch that. Now, there is no play clock here at McQuaid, and they should know. You got to keep an eye there once the referee in the back is counting it down.
This is going to add some tension to the McQuaid huddle. You get 2nd and long, maybe a rollout here, get Cairns out of the pocket, but you're going to be doing that into a defensive end's position that both guys have done a great job for the most part, contain rushing. They've even had a couple of bat downs. Let's see what we get.
4 wide receivers. As the play action, Cairns is going to roll out. Now he's throwing across his body. Rita's got it. 1st down. Puts it on the turf, though. What's the call? They're going to say incomplete. Rita had it for a split second, and the Victor defender stripped him of the ball. What a big play there for the Blue Devils.
Pretty good route. He did a good job. He made it look like it was going to be more of a fade route. Even used his head, a nice head fake to the outside. Turned back to the inside. High pointed the football, but just couldn't quite finish the catch. Great throw from Cairns. Now we're in 3rd and long. Very interesting scenario here for the McQuaid offense.
Marcus Hampton on the defense for Victor. This is 3rd and 16. Uh-oh! It's a snap that goes over Cairns' head. Cairns, he's going to have to eat it. Just leaning forward.
Should be a penalty. That's going to be a penalty. You can't do it. You can't lift him up off the turf. You can't throw him down. That's an extremely unfortunate penalty at the end of that play.
All right.
You cannot, at any point, lift a player up off the turf and not set him right back down on his feet. You throw him down, it could be a bigger penalty than usual here. We'll see.
Personal foul. For Victor. My gosh, they had him stop, Mark.
Yeah.
They had him stop. Why are you doing that?
You have a botched snap. You have the quarterback totally in the grasp. Let him go or just bear hug him, pat him on the head, say, good play, move on, run back to your huddle to live to fight another day. You do not want a penalty in that scenario. It's just so unfortunate for that Victor defense after almost a critical mistake for the McQuaid offense there.
Well, that's Kauser, who's had some big plays here tonight for Victor. And now the good news for Victor, in high school football, that is not the automatic first down. So the result of the penalty is just simply they mark off the yardage mark, and it still will be a punt.
Those kind of penalties, not often, but sometimes can turn into ejections when it's that kind of penalty.
Yeah.
It didn't in this game, but Victor can live to fight another day now.
Jensen, who had a big return before, this is just a moonshot of a punt by Wood, and then Jensen bobbled it, and he's just going to simply cover up as the rain beginning to come down a little more steady now. And now Victor, only down by 3, getting the ball back. And this is what football is all about, right, Mark, where things haven't gone your way, but if you have the mental toughness, Victor is still right in this, only down by 3.
These guys play to the personality of their coaches and their towns, right? They're tough, gritty places that love to play the game. They're blue-collar guys. And you know what? Whoever has the ball last might be the winning team.
Baker will be out of the tail of the eye here on 1st and 10 of the 50. Baker getting the toss. Baker cutting it up for a gain of 2 on the play, as that'll be Clanton with the tackle. And Smiley also in the neighborhood here as the ball now into Knights territory.
It's a gain of 1, second down.
Victor in the past used to use wide zone and power, and they would do it in a way that kept you on your toes. It's very difficult for a linebacker to get downhill in that scheme. They hit a wide zone for their biggest play, a 49-yarder out of a jet sweep action. I wonder if they have that in their playbook with Baker.
2nd down and 9. Knapp going into motion. The handoff, breaking an arm tackle was Baker, and Baker will scoot ahead there for an impressive gain. But however, there's a flag here on the near side.
There is a flag.
Holding
on Victor. That's a 10-yard penalty.
Aldrin Wilson almost took the handoff from Rashawn Baker as he was getting it from Jake Knapp. And again, it's taking Baker off of his track. He's forced to make a cut 2 yards, 3 yards into the backfield, slows down his momentum. It's exactly what you tell your defensive line to do. Force that back off his track, off his plane. Let your linebackers and defensive backs fly to the football.
Nick Leonard will line up at the tight end position here to the near side. That'll be Trevor Knapp, who had that big end around for 49 yards earlier in this half. James Knapp takes the snap, play action, in the pocket, throwing long, wanting Trevor Knapp, but it's well overthrown as, well, Trevor Knapp bracketed there by Gertzner and Pecora. This is bringing up 3rd and long.
When you're throwing the ball down the field, you've got to try to keep that back shoulder a little bit bigger. He's tilting that back shoulder kind of backward away from the throw, and that can make the ball sail. So his release point was lower than he wanted it to be, and his downfield throws for the most part have been relatively uncatchable with the exception of one. Most of those have sailed on him. Now, that being said, it's not an interception. It's 3rd down. It's 3rd and long. They don't have to get it here in one play. I'd like to see him get a 10-yard gain, maybe go for it on 4th and 5.
In the backfield, that's going to be Benetti. Play action, the check down, that's going to be thrown on the far side, and then the classic dropping the ball before you look it in as there's some space in front of him was Isaiah Kauser.
You got to give, I think it was Jordan Brongo, but the defensive end on the play side stayed home. He got right into Jake Knapp's face. Jake Knapp was forced to make a perfect throw, and when you're making a throw, against the grain of where, the strong side of your arm. You can't get your hip around. The ball might go up just a little bit. Still catchable, but good defensive play by the D-line of McQuaid. Another huge stop for the Knights.
So again, the rain is coming down. Rita and Beauchamp have to be careful as they field this punt. It is going to be a wobbler that Rita, he's just going to back away from. And it takes a little bit of a Victor roll, and it's going to die out at the 25. 6:46 remaining here in the second half. Third quarter is McQuaid leading 10-7.
I see Aldrin Wilson checked into the game. We're either going to get a heavy dose of QB power here, or maybe their classic power game. And when they get into this mode, they typically have 2 tight ends. They love to run unbalanced. They like to shift around. Aldrin Wilson's coming back out of the game, so maybe they're not in that mindset yet, but they like to go to that. Last year they went to it far more than this season. Looks like they're back into their trips package.
Bruno is going to be on the offense here too, so Kendall Bruno will be lined up here a half yard behind the line of scrimmage. Pecora going into motion, and it will be Miller. And Miller trying to run between left tackle and left guard. That goes for a couple.
The number of formations that McQuaid uses is dizzying. Several different formations, formation adjustments, pre-snap motion. It's the kind of thing that forces a defensive coordinator to really study and make sure that your guys are prepared. All that smoke and mirrors, though, for the most part, they've been running inside.
Broden O'Leary with the tackle on that last play. 2nd down and 8. Cairns keeping it himself. Cairns lowering the shoulder, and he is going to be driven back. And you can see the Victor defense maybe making some adjustments because those were going for big gains earlier. This only goes up to the 32 to bring up 3rd down.
He got a lot of forward progress, though, so it's going to be a 3rd and short. That play almost popped for potentially a long touchdown. Aldrin Wilson, got onto his man, did a good job of lead blocking. He's all over the field. He's catching passes. He's getting after the quarterback. What a player he is.
3rd down and 2. Can McQuaid pick this up? Can Victor get off the field conversely? Jack Miller is your tailback. Ted Shanahan the tight end. And as the fullback, again, it's going to be Wilson. The snap, high snap, the handoff to Miller. And maybe the high snap had something to do with it. But I see getting into the backfield is big 7-foot man, Connor Williams, number 50.
Did they only have 10 guys in the field? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, they had 11. The quarterback and the OC there they were trying to get on the same page with the formation. There might be somebody injured, whether it might be a tight end at this point, because they seem to be subbing in guys we don't normally see in their offense. As you pointed out, we don't normally see Burno in that set.
Certainly Burno is talented, and he will get his day at McQuaid, you would figure. In this battle of field position, it is going to be Victor getting the ball back as Nick Wood to boom this away. And Nick Wood has been an unsung hero tonight, and this is going to result in a fair catch at the 37.
Oh, man. Maybe it's just the high school game, but when a punt returner is by himself back there, anything can happen. That ball starts to slip through. Woo! He got a hold of it. He caught it. And now Victor's got a shot here. Time is going by quickly in this half. Not a lot of throws, mostly run game. Victor's got to find a way to win 1st down for a more manageable 2nd down.
These are 2 winning programs. McQuaid, of course, the defending champs in 2019. Last season, the defending champs. First championship in 41 years. Before that, 1978. AA champs for Victor in 2016 and 2014. 1st and 10 as the play action. Knapp going long. Knapp wanting a man. It's going to be picked off. Collier with it. And here we go. Collier on the return to the 25. Looking for some blocks. Gertzner leading the way. And Collier will scoot out of bounds. Big takeaway for McQuaid.
That is next level defensive back play. That's next level speed. Gene, he kicked it into an extra gear to make that play. He became the wide receiver, outran the target, extended his hands beautifully. I mean, that's not an easy catch if the ball's intended for you. Tremendous play by Zay Collier and the McQuaid defense on first down, no less. First play of that series. Love the defense from the secondary of McQuaid.
All right, the quick change. Is this where you take a shot now if you're Cairns? This unsettled situation, Mark. Let's see what McQuaid does here.
Could be.
First and 10 at the 37 is Cairns. Takes the snap. He'll hand off to Miller. And Miller will plow ahead up to the 42-yard line for a gain of 5.
Victor's tackling has been good most of the game. They're starting to get a little bit sloppy on their tackles. They're a little more fatigued. And McQuaid's finding some soft spots inside. So danger zone here for Victor. They're a little frustrated. They're coming off a turnover. They're down 3. They don't want to get caught sleeping in the secondary. As you said, Gene, maybe they take a shot here. Even if they don't, they've got to tackle a little bit better here at the point of attack.
Second down and 5. 4th down lineman here for Victor. And Miller going into motion. The keeper by Cairns, and that's going to get broken up. As coming in, that's Casey Cohane with the tackle for only a 1-yard gain.
That was a much better tackle, preventing those yards after contact. Cairns has just been doing a great job of, hand gets on him and he runs a little bit harder. He's a little more fatigued now. Victor's got to step up, keep him in the pocket. See if they can get a stop here on 3rd down.
Down to 3 minutes remaining here in the 3rd. Cairns out of the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Miller going into motion. Cairns throws left side. He's got the man. It's going to be Perazzi, and Perazzi has the first down. Down to the Victor 43-yard line. That's a gain of 15.
So this is a difficult thing, right? When you have 2 receivers on the boundary like that, and one of them goes in fast motion, the leverage that your cornerback had before that motion took place might have been outside, right? Depending if you're in a 2-read coverage. If you don't shift back to the inside to take away that play, you're going to get beaten. Right there, he did.
McQuaid gets a big first down, and they have the ball now into Victor territory. As Perazzi was putting his hand up in the air, we get a whistle and a timeout called by Victor to help break the momentum. And with the timeout, let's take a look here at some of the Victor highlights from last week against Hilton. 55 points they put up here. And it was the Rushion Baker show. Baker just all over the place with 3 first-half touchdowns against those Cadets.
Sometimes when you like that because your offense is playing well. Sometimes when you're a coach, though, you don't like it because you might get a false sense of security and think, hey, we're just going to ride these plays, this individual in the championship game. But McQuaid knows they've got to take away the strength of what Victor does well, and that's what they've been doing all night tonight. And so these highlights are great. Incredible game against Hilton, but it can sort of trap you if you're not careful and you get too overconfident, because how well that worked against Hilton doesn't always work in the championship. Coach Bates he's got a huge heart. The Bates family, tough guys, great coaches, and just hats off to them for the year they've had last year. Again this year, bringing his team back to the Section 5 championship.
1st and 10 at the 43, so Victor using the timeout as now Cairns off the design keeper, and again, he's just leaning forward. He gets hit, and with his momentum, he's able to pick up an extra 3 or 4.
Such a tough runner. You got your quarterback running like that. He's throwing the ball well for the most part today. He's been pretty much mistake-free. A couple close calls, but right now he knows, I've got to take care of the football. I don't need to score on every play. But they need another touchdown or another couple first downs here to get there.
Perazzi and Rita on the near boundary on 2nd and long. It'll be Miller. Miller bouncing off one tackle and keeping those legs moving. He still will be short, though. Good second effort. As that's going to be number 14, Kauser, at the end with that tackle.
Those kinds of plays, the contact balance that you show is from the weight room. Your power cleaning, your deadlifting, your squatting. You can't maintain balance without spending time in the weight room. McQuaid does it. Victor does it. The best teams, that's where they live.
3rd and 1. Cairns, the design keeper. He gets met. He dives forward. And I don't think he got it, Mark.
I tell you what, the first effort, they did a good job displacing the offensive line. They got to his ankles, but his second effort, there was really nobody there to clean it up. There's no linebacker or safety to come up over the top to clean him up. So that second effort got him very close. It may not be a first down. I look for McQuaid. Come up here, hard count it. If you don't get it, maybe if you're not going to call a timeout, run a play. But I like a hard count here in this situation.
Connor Williams checks in place of Joseph Harshuk, or Shuck just with that tackle. It's fourth down. The snap, the push. That's anyone's guess whether he got it or not.
Yeah, we don't have the high-end instant replays here. That's a very tough call. More than likely, it's going to be a measurement. But based on where the pile was, I'd be surprised if this is not a first down.
Carries on the quarterback keeper.
I don't think so, Mark. And again, I'm terrible at this game.
Well, just based on the visual from here, that looks like a relatively short spot now. Maybe the ball wasn't extended as far as he wanted. He could extend it, and this could be short.
Victor Holtz. The Blue Devils late in the third. The defense rising again. And who do you want to give credit to? How about the whole defensive line there? As now Cairns not able to pick up that fourth down conversion.
This is high school football, right? And these guys are playing their tails off. Their parents are here supporting them. It's amazing to see this. And you want both teams to win. It's not going to happen that way, but hats off to both for how they've been playing.
Running up to the line of scrimmage, maybe trying to catch McQuaid off guard, but Wilson and others making the tackle on Baker. Baker with the short gain, and this may take us to the end of the quarter.
You know what's noticeable when Rashawn Baker's been running the football? As we said before, McQuaid's getting so many hats to him that he's not able to finish his runs. He's getting picked up off the turf 3-4 yards into the play. It's been tremendous for McQuaid.
Second down and 7. Baker with the handoff. There he goes. Rashawn Baker. One man to beat. Collier can't get him. Baker gives Victor the lead on the final play of the third quarter. Blue Devils up 13-10.
They came out in a heavy set. That's more of a set they use in the red zone, really. That's Jeff Mandel's set. He likes to dial up inside the 10. He ran it a couple straight times. They stayed on their blocks. And, man, Rashawn Baker, as we talked about, he gets a full head of steam, Gene. He's a completely different back. It's the first time tonight he's been allowed out in the open. Tremendous play from the Victor offense. You're right. All it takes is one play to change the face of a championship game. And right there, they did it. Gene lost audio here for a second. The extra point is good. We're at 14-10.
I'm back here. We take another look at that play. 66 yards, Rashawn Baker. And then, they say baseball is the game in inches. I would tend to say that might be football. Oh boy, Collier nearly got it. We'll take a quick break on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Gene, one of the things...
We want to thank everyone for doing their part in these challenging times.
No matter where we work from, we're still here protecting you and your family's rights.
We want you to know that we will always be here for you and your family.
Using our technology so we can protect you and your family no matter where we are.
For your free consultation, call or text 262-COMP today.
Your workers' comp attorneys.
Coming into Lattimore on a daily basis is the highlight of my day. We'll have patients coming in. As soon as they hit the physical therapist, we introduce ourselves and we bring them back, and you see a whole bunch of patients who are in pain, laughing and smiling and having a great time. And almost for that 1 hour that they're with us in PT, they're forgetting about all their problems. When you're lost with pain, reducing your quality of life, and then somebody there says, "I can help you," there's no better feeling than that.
It's cool.
Ooh, yes, a 66-yard run by Rashawn Baker. his second touchdown of the night on the final play of the third quarter. And if McQuaid is going to win a championship, well, this is what you work for. You have the ball now. You will have the ball, only down by one score.
This is a position McQuaid just has not been in really since the state championship last year against New Rochelle. They have not really trailed in a game, especially a big game like this. But if anybody can recover, it's McQuaid.
The only time McQuaid trailed this year, 8-0 to Pittsford, as Leuzzi faking the end around, and he'll bring it up to the 30-yard line. And now the Knights here, who have yet to score in the second half, they go to work here, down 14-10.
We watched the McQuaid-Pittsford battle when it was a close game. Here's the run again for Rashawn Baker. Like we said, all game long, if you allow him to get going, even 5-6 yards ahead of steam, he is tough to bring down. Going back to this McQuaid offense, they haven't tested the middle of the field yet, but Victor's a team that typically rolls with 2 safeties. It's harder to do that. Pittsford runs with 1, and they picked on it a little bit. Let's see if McQuaid takes a shot.
Miller's going to go into motion, the play action, and going long. Wide open is Perazzi. He gets it. Perazzi, foot raise, breaks the tackle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Bank it. Touchdown. Touchdown, McQuaid. Punch, counter punch. McQuaid takes back the lead.
Only a championship level coach. Bobby Bates comes out, runs a hitch and go on the boundary. An unbelievable play call. You got to have guts to make that call. You got to know the game. You got to know when you're going to throw that uppercut. You just got knocked down. You come right back with a big play. Just unbelievable championship level play. Execution, catch, run after the catch. Touchdown, McQuaid.
Big extra point coming up here. Shanahan, the hold, kick is up, and Wood's kick is true. And McQuaid, first play from scrimmage, takes back the lead, and this will be a 70-yard touchdown by Sam Perazzi, breaking the tackle of Trenton Sherman. And then just at the last second, Rashawn Baker trying to knock him out of the one. Hitting the pylon was Perazzi, and McQuaid taking back the lead.
It's a little thing, but I actually misspoke. It wasn't a hitch and go. It was more of a stutter and go. And let me tell you, that's a next-level college-style route. It's difficult to teach, right? The secondary doesn't see that very often. Secondary guys, they see out and ups. They see hitch and goes. But a stutter and go like that is next level, and man, did it spring him open. Victor was rolled over in coverage. They didn't have any help up top. McQuaid, huge throw from Joe Cairns. And with the lead by 3, interesting to see what Victor comes back out in.
The AA championship here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Gene Battaglia, Mark Vitacor, Director Joel Balthaser.
What a game.
It's unbelievable. Chris Van Kampen on camera, Ryan Boyce, our field camera, as that high bounce, that's going to be fielded at the 20 and up to about the 20, I'll make it past the 30, up to about the 31, going Cody Jensen. And now it's Victor's turn.
Victor came out in a red zone set that last series, and they ran it in the middle of the field, and it was successful. I don't know if you can come out in that the rest of the game, but whatever the case may be, you've got to try to continue to get some chunk plays against this team. It's going to be very challenging to get a 2-yard gain here on first down and try to make ends meet. It's just such a good defense.
1st and 10 at the 32, as Baker, of course, will be in the tail of this eye. Baker getting the handoff. Baker getting across the 35 and up to the 36-yard line. Tackle on the far side. Paris Smiley again in on the tackle.
Good run on first down. Best part about that is your playbook can be a little bit more open if you want it to be. Maybe hit the perimeter, play action if you want, or just go back to what's working. I know if you're one of the old school guys, you say keep running the ball.
Again, they are going back to that power formation, as it will be Baker. Baker busting to the outside. He's got the first down. He's in traffic. He's near midfield. First down for the Blue Devils.
You know, we talked about Paris Smiley somebody who might not get an MVP award but deserves some recognition on the offensive side of the ball. Connor Williams is playing the game of his life inside, anchoring that offense. It's not just about his size, it's about his effort, his technique. He's a warrior in there doing a great job. Fun to watch this offensive line play.
1st and 10 at the midfield stripe for Victor here as they stick with this power formation and they stick with the run game. And that'll be across the 45 and down to about the 42, and that will be actually number 19, Nick Benetti with the carry.
Benetti's, that's a power run play, but the way he cut, that little jump cut at the point of attack, it's off the track. And you make that decision as an athlete, and it worked out for him. It's just something you don't expect from a power run.
Benetti will get the call again. Benetti going to the marker. And Kimbrough with the tackle. It depends on the spot. I think they're going to give it to him.
Benetti, the ball carrier.
That is a first down.
Gain of 2 and a first down for Victor. 1st and 10 from the 40.
This is a critical series for both teams here. Both teams trying to buckle in for the 4th quarter.
Rashawn Baker back out on the field, and Baker stutter steps. Baker is going to get held up by Aldrin Wilson. Aldrin Wilson was holding on for dear life, and then he got help at the end. But what a great play by number 21.
Aldrin Wilson and Rashawn Baker. I mean, I don't know that I could, see a better battle between two just tough football players than we have right here. Baker didn't want to go down, and Wilson didn't want to let him go. 2nd and 12, good stop for the McQuaid D.
9:19 and counting remaining in this game. 17-14, McQuaid with the lead. Pitch going. Baker. And not much there once again. As Aiden Kosh, number 73, on the tackle.
I feel like, maybe it's just not in their playbook, but if you had some sort of jet action out of a spread set and you used Baker as the decoy and allowed Jake Knapp, that big quarterback, 6'3", 225-pound kid, run power maybe in opposition, you might spring a decent play because no one's expecting it. But we haven't seen it much from Victor this year. We may not see it tonight. That's why they make the big bucks, and we're up here talking about it.
Jimmy Clanton checking in for Koch on the defensive line as McQuaid trying to keep everybody fresh here. 3rd down and 7 at the 37. Knapp, play action. Knapp rolling right, throwing, and it's incomplete. Man was not open, and that was Paris Smiley on coverage, and now it's 4th down.
Got to give Ted Shanahan, you could call that a coverage sack, if you will, from Ted Shanahan. His track was wide enough to be prepared for the boot, didn't allow Jake Knapp to get upfield, and the coverage was good. The play call, sometimes it works. Flood passes, in high school, they're a dime a dozen. They happen a lot. Just the discipline of Ted Shanahan, the McQuaid defense has been tremendous.
Big play for both sides, just stating the obvious on 4th down and 7. Baker in the backfield. Knapp takes the snap. Play action. Knapp checking down. He's got Baker. Baker trying to get to the first down marker. He does. He'll be tackled, but Victor converts on 4th down.
It's been one of their best pass plays throughout the years, hitting Rashawn Baker on that middle screen. I know you heard me talk about it in the first half. I hate trying to guess plays in a situation like this, but what a huge play call and a huge moment on a conversion that could be the difference between a Section 5 championship and a loss. So credit to Jeff Mandel and the Victor offense for a huge play call.
1st and 10 at the 32 as the drive continuing for the Blue Knights. Blue Devils, I should say, is now the handoff. The McQuaid Knights defense stopping Victor.
Benetti, the ball carrier.
Benetti with the carry, and that'll go for 2.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Shanahan was slow getting up there, and that's not something you want to see for anybody, but what a key cog he is on that defense for McQuaid. And hey, it's still 2nd and long here. The playbook's not as open as usual for Victor just because of the success that they've had and only a few different formations and plays. Let's see what they dial up here.
Cody Jensen will be the receiver to the near side. 2nd down and 8. The handoff, the delayed handoff, and it'll be Benetti getting the call.
I tell you what, it worked. I mean, they got a few yards out of it, but anything that's a slow developing run play is a risk. And you're hoping that maybe because that was a counter, the backfield action was unique, and you're hoping that maybe they overplay, they don't play their gaps, they follow the fake, and maybe you spring one. But it's just hard to do against a defense that penetrates as well as McQuaid.
Slow to get up on that last play was Tyler Hobson, the left guard. Nick Franzak, the left tackle for Victor. 3rd down and 5 at the 24. Snap. Rolling right. Knapp. Under pressure. Knapp. Throws. Deflected. Intercepted on the far side. And here's a return. It's Smiley. Who else?
Intercepted by Terrence Smiley. Gene, he's everywhere. Hey. And you gotta go back to Shanahan mirroring every step of Jake Knapp, forcing him to make a throw he didn't want to make. And look at him, he's right in front of him. Great job by Shanahan. I'd like to see that ball get thrown out of bounds.
Yep. Knapp can't make that play, and I'm sure he knows that.
With 6 minutes to go, a 3-point lead for McQuaid. Now every play, every down counts. It's still not over for Victor. But what they've done on that boot action, if you don't allow Jake Knapp to be a runner, he has no choice to throw it. He's trying to make a play. You can't blame him.
1st and 10 for the Knights.
But now it's in the hands of the Victor defense.
1st and 10 at the 24 as Cairns will be under center. He's got Shanahan at tight end. Let's see if just McQuaid will keep it on the ground. No, they're going to throw it here as Cairns running for his life here, and he's going to just kind of duck out of bounds. Takes a hit late, and the flag comes down.
Cairns on the quarterback keeper. Run out of bounds.
A bang-bang play that's not going to go in the direction. They're going to get Casey Kahane with a late hit. You be the judge at home. Oh. Mark, I don't know.
It looked like he was stumbling as he was going out of bounds.
Yeah.
I think that's a no call, but you know what? Those don't end games. And by the way, I apologize to all the Victor fans out there. It's James Knapp. I've been calling him Jake. It's James Knapp at quarterback. Trevor Knapp, his brother. Huge penalty there against the Victor D.
First and 10 at the 25. Cairns, high snap. He'll take it, and let's see, and he's just going to do the same thing and then get hit.
Cairns on the quarterback keeper.
And not much on that play as C.J. James with the defense.
Those snaps, it happened earlier on that unnecessary roughness of the personal foul. They had a snap that went over his head. Those are the little things that can haunt a team in any game, but in the Section 5 championship, you better get him under center.
It'll be 2nd down and 11, and McQuaid is going to bleed some clock here. 5.5 minutes remaining. Knights holding on to a 3-point lead, 17-14, as Cairns will be under center. Hands on hips. So smart. He's looking at the back judge, waiting for the back judge to signal. There we go, and now here will be the snap. Handing it off to Miller, and then Miller is just going to get wrapped up, and finally the whistle will blow.
Ball carrier. Tackled at the 32-yard line. 3rd down.
O'Leary in on the tackle.
It looks to me like, Gene, that Victor has 2 timeouts and McQuaid has 3.
Correct.
You know, it's not a time to use it, but it is a bit unnerving that you only have 2 in this situation. You're going to need a stop here on this 3rd down. It's critical.
Yeah, this is it right here because Victor could get the ball back and basically put the ball game in their offense's hands. The quick screen to Miller. Miller, he's going to be short.
Pass complete to Jack Miller.
As C.J. James helping out, forcing that play outside.
29-yard line.
And helping out on that tackle was number 1, Jensen. 4th down, and what do you know?
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to hard count this, and try to see if we can draw them off. Get a quick 1st down somehow. Be close to a 1st down. Try to draw them off sides.
Would it be a first down? It's close.
It'd be close.
It'd be close.
Victor's got to be disciplined.
Jensen had a big return earlier tonight to set up Baker's first touchdown. Wood kicks this away. It's a high kick. That's going to be fair caught on a rainy night at the 41. All right, this is all you want, right? Victor, you want the championship? Here it is. McQuaid, you want the championship? Here it is. 3:37 remaining, and Victor getting the ball back.
James Knapp has had a good game. Rashawn Baker's had a good game. But we really need to see Knapp here at some point in this drive deliver a strike in the pass game, because you know they're going to lock down and they're going to do everything they can to keep Baker in check. Other than that long run, they have. So Knapp has to step in and make a big throw.
Kauser will be the receiver to the far side. Baker will get the delayed handoff. Baker with some wheels, and he's just going to get it into McQuaid territory. That'll be about a gain of 8 as the clock will roll on. We're down to 3:25 remaining.
They can be patient here. When you're getting plays like that off and you're getting chunk plays, you can be a little bit more patient. You start getting into the 2 minutes and 30-second realm, you got to start picking it up.
Connor Williams, the big center, puts his hands on that ball. James Knapp, the quarterback, takes the snap, handing it off to Baker once again, and Baker's going to be cut down in the backfield. With the tackle, that is number 52, Jimmy Clanton, a big tackle for loss.
Pretty similar play call from the first down play, and against a championship level defense, they're gonna be ready for it. So sometimes you go to the well when you're a coach and you try to go back to what works. In that case, though, it was so similar, if not the same play, that McQuaid was ready for it. Man, they made a play right in the backfield. Big stop, huge. 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6. There are hundreds of students lined up along the side of the fence outside of the stadium here, cheering both teams, as it's going to be a keeper, and Knapp is going to be cut down. The read option, and that is going to be number 51, Jacob Kimbrough with the tackle. It's 4th and 5.
Huge play call here from Coach Mandel, 4th and 6. So far, a lot of rollouts and bootlegs. Shanahan's been sitting on it. Maybe they'll try to find something a little bit different, curl arrow concept, but it's going to be difficult to roll him out without sealing the edge.
Baker in the backfield on 4th down. Baker's going to get the call. Baker's going to be cut down! Aldrin Wilson coming off his block, and now McQuaid gets the ball back with 1:34 remaining.
Aldrin Wilson virtually unblocked. I mean, I know they tried to get hands on him, but he was in the backfield quick, bull rush by his guy, and just good technique. He displaces the offensive line consistently, uses his hands so well. The McQuaid defense might have just gotten the win right there.
That used timeout, as you mentioned, now that looms so large for Victor. They have 2 timeouts and not 3. 1:34 remaining. So this is certainly not ball game yet, not by any stretch. However, with only 2 timeouts, McQuaid can bleed this down. And the rain is coming down. Cairns takes the snap, and the handoff goes to Miller. No gain, immediate timeout will stop the clock with 1:28 remaining.
Here comes the rain.
We'll take a short break. This is the Varsity Media Sports Network. Sean, they're telling 1:30. They're signaling you for the clock here. They're telling you. We're back here. They put 1:30 back on the clock here. Mark, they were signaling at me. I'm like, no, I'm not running the clock here. So
You wear a lot of hats, though.
Aldrin Wilson going into motion. The play action. Oh, the keeper by Cairns. Cairns running. Cairns sliding. And that should do it. Cairns so heady just to go down to keep it. Oh, they're going to mark him short.
He didn't get a first down. He did not get a first down.
He slid short.
He did.
Slides down at the 35-yard line.
Oh, my. He thought he was doing the right thing there by killing the clock. By not killing the clock, just sliding. But it's where you begin the slide, and that's where they're going to mark it.
Wow, Victor didn't call a timeout here. They're going to save it for this play.
Okay. And so McQuaid seemingly will use every second they can. And you know what? When he sees it, McQuaid has the option just to call timeout here when you get it down to 1. Interesting decision by Jeff Mandel. Looking at that back judge. 10, 9, 8. They snap it. The handoff going to Miller. He's got the first down! He's got the first down! And McQuaid will repeat as AA champions!
You got to give so much credit to these teams. Championship level football played all night. 4 quarters of good quality action. They're both winners in my book. Hats off to both.
As they will kneel it down. And that's going to do it. Your final score tonight in what we can say was a thriller. McQuaid repeats as the AA champions. The Knights are the champions of Class AA, 17-14 over the Victor Blue Devils.
It was the biggest test of the year for that McQuaid team. But a little stutter and go on the sideline, answering the long touchdown from Baker, is just the mark of a champion. They got knocked down, they come back up, give a big shot themselves. Just a huge credit to the coaching staff, both teams. Congrats to Coach Bobby Bates and his staff, Dan Bates and his assistants.
Well, and you know what, Mark? This is where the big-time players came up big in the fourth quarter for McQuaid defensively. Paris Smiley with the interception, Aldrin Wilson with the tackle at the end of the game to give the ball back to the offense.
You know, in games like this, you just don't know, is it going to come down to a turnover? Is it going to come down to a special teams play? A lot of things played into this game. High-level football. Gene, great job on the call. Varsity Media, huge shout-out to you guys, Ben Turchin, Joel Balthaser. Thanks so much, guys, for allowing me the opportunity to be a part of this. It's been so fun this year.
A special shout out to the families at Victor. There's a great program that Jeff Mandel runs over there, and they will be back. And this was one of the most entertaining championship games in AA history, without a doubt tonight, coming down to the wire.
It's going to be a tough pill to swallow if you're a Victor team. The game was in your grasp. You came back. You gritted out a potential win, and then McQuaid came back in glorious fashion with a huge play on the sideline, and then the big defensive stop. Doesn't take away from the career that you had, the memories you made with your friends, your brothers, and your coaches. You're all champions. You're playing a great game. You're playing high school football. You're laying it out on the line. Be proud. I know it's going to sting, but, man, you guys are amazing.
We'll keep it right here as shortly we will send it over to PA announcer Sean Mullen as we will have the award ceremony here tonight at Tom Seymour Field for the McQuaid Knights, who finished the season undefeated.
This is where they give the awards, and This has been a long-standing tradition in Section 5 where the teams take a knee, they face off, and then the head coach gets the award to pass on to, he's got his son, Bobby Bates has got his son there in his arms. Special moment for him. Being in his shoes before, it's a great feeling. Being on the other side of it, it's a tough feeling, losing a game like this. But just been a great year for Section 5. Thank you to the leadership in Section 5. They've done a great job with really everything from start to finish.
Just seeing everybody lined up on the fence here tonight, all the students coming out, and the McQuaid fans chanting MCQ at the end of the game here. So after waiting 41 years for a championship, 41 years.
Yep.
Now back-to-back seasons. Technically this is the 2020-2021 season, and for McQuaid, they are the champions of 2019. And you know what? Some of these guys, they weren't injured, but I'm telling you, they were playing hurt tonight for McQuaid. You could just tell some of those guys were not 100% tonight.
Well, there's a difference between being injured and banged up and hurt, right? You play through those injuries.
We send it over to Sean Mullen.
First, let us both congratulate Victor and McQuaid on a great season and a great game. We'd also like to take this time to thank you, the fans in attendance, the officials, the game day workers, and administrators for their work to make this season happen. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their continued support this spring football season: Connors and Ferris, Lattimore Physical Therapy, G&G Fitness, and Penfield Trophies. At this time, we'd like to announce the MVP of tonight's game. The MVP of this evening's game from McQuaid Jesuits, number 7, Joe Hill. And now we'd like to call up the captains and coach of the Victor Blue Devils for the presentation of their finalist plaque in silver medals. And now the captains and head coach of the McQuaid Jesuit Knights to come and get the championship block. Ladies and gentlemen, do be told that we will not We will not be calling up each of the team's individual players. Each team will receive their silver medals and their championship shirts individually.
And there you have it, folks. The McQuaid Knights repeating as the sectional champions tonight over Victor. A hard-fought loss for the Blue Devils. Certainly a great, valiant effort for everyone. And for McQuaid, time to celebrate here. You guys earned it. Certainly. On behalf of everybody here at Varsity Media, we're signing off for the Section 5 football season. Mark Vitacor, your final thoughts here tonight.
Gene, I want to thank you for this year, and Joel, Ben, all the Section 5 coaches that made this season possible, all the players that took their risk of getting out there on the field and playing the game. tremendous. I consider it a comeback victory for Section 5 in New York for just getting this season through, getting here, playing great football. But Gene, you are first class. You do a great job. Thanks so much for allowing me to share the space with you.
Mark, it was a pleasure, and you were much too kind here. And for everybody watching online tonight, does this not inspire you to get back to work? Because next season, it is right around the corner, and we will be with you, Varsity Media, every step of the way. For the entire team here, led by Ben Turchin tonight, Chris Van Kampen, Ryan Boyce on camera, our director, Joel Balthaser, and for Mark Vitacor, my name is Gene Battaglia, as there you see in prayer the McQuaid Knights, the champions of Class AA, defeating Victor 17-14. You've been watching the Varsity Media Network. Have a good night, everyone.
We want to thank everyone for doing their part in these challenging times.
No matter where we work from, we're still here protecting you and your family's rights.
We want you to know that we will always be here for you and your family.
Using our technology so we can protect you and your family no matter where we are.
For your free consultation, call or text 262-COMP today.
Your workers' comp attorneys.
Coming into Lattimore on a daily basis is the highlight of my day. You know, we'll have patients coming in. As soon as they hit the physical therapist, we introduce ourselves, and we bring them back, and you see a whole bunch of patients who are in pain, laughing and smiling and having a great time. And almost for that 1 hour that they're with us in PT, they're forgetting about all their problems. When you're lost with pain, reducing your quality of life, and then somebody there says, "I can help you," there's no better feeling than that.